Hello guys, welcome to the channel Fun Mania. In today's video, we are doing the comparison between the Xiaomi 14 versus the Galaxy S24 Ultra. So let's start off from the build and design. No, let's get straight to this gorgeous displays on both of them. 6.8-inch display on the Galaxy S24 versus 6.36-inch on the Xiaomi 14, almost close to Galaxy S24. But the thing is, this should have a 2K display because the OnePlus 12 is getting the 2K display, but this is just a 1.5K display on the Xiaomi 14 versus a proper 2K display on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And this is an LTPO OLED, 68 billion colors and 120 Hz Dolby Vision, 100,000 of typical brightness and 3000 nits of peak brightness over here. And if you compare the Galaxy S24 Ultra, this is dynamic LTPO AMOLED 2x 120 Hz HDR10 plus and a peak of 2600 nits of peak brightness. The display settings, actually we do have getting both light mode and dark mode on both of them, and the auto brightness. And here is an advanced textures option, and there is a screen mode versus color mode. And actually you can see this is currently at Origin Color Pro. For the maximum color vibrancy, this should be at saturated, that's the maximum color vibrancy, and over here just natural and vivid, that's it. I am switching to the vivid itself, and then this is the maximum 2K resolution versus you can also switch to the normal one, and this is at its max. And you can see few more anti-flicker mode, which is a really good option over here. And apart from that, the most interesting feature is over here, AA image engine. That means super resolution enhancing the upscaling the videos, and AA image enhancement, AA scene detection of the images, and HDR videos would be enhanced with and the enhancement in the dark areas and all, and MEMC, motion estimation, motion compensation, adding few extra frames to make the video super smooth. So that option is available. So that is not available by default on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. S24 Ultra versus Xiaomi 14, and you can see the clear winner. No need for a quick detailed comparison. You can see it's a clear winner, the Galaxy S24 Ultra, in terms of the brightness, the color saturation and all. Usually the Xiaomi does a better color saturation than the Samsung, as in previous the example of Xiaomi 13 Nano, but this time the Samsung did it well in my opinion, actually maybe because of these factors. And if you look at the PPA of these two phones, I would say start with the Galaxy S24 Ultra. This has 505 PPA versus the Xiaomi 14 is has 460 PPA. And if you look at the resolution, 1440 into 3120 pixels versus just 1200 into 2670. That obviously makes a difference. Obviously this is a 60K versus 1,25,000 or 30,000, so that definitely makes a big difference between these two of them. But still, I would say the Xiaomi 14 does a decent job over here, and I wish if it had a 2K display, then it would be super awesome. And that's it regarding display. So that's a clear win for the Galaxy S24 Ultra in terms of this display. Wow. So that's it. Next is the speakers. Let me start off from the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Wow. It's time for the Xiaomi 14. Oops. So again, I could mention the Samsung as a clear win in terms of the stereo speakers, the quality, the loudness, everything. That's a clear win for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Actually, I'm not being comparing these two right against, but how much difference is between these two segments is 70K versus a 1,25,000 rupees. Next, regarding the performance, actually I'm mentioning the Xiaomi 14 over here because the thing is, actually you can see almost close to 2 million. That means an excellent, outstanding score. But the issue is not here. You can see actually the phone was super warm. You can see up to 51 degrees Celsius and 17 degrees Celsius increase just for the Adreno benchmark. That is insanely high, and actually the phone was unable to hold with my hands. That much the phone gets warm. Actually I have done a video in shots for this Adreno benchmark as well as CPU test, and both scenarios the phone was extremely warm in and around 51 or 50 degrees Celsius. And you can see 10% battery drop, and the score seems really good. You can see 4,20,000 in the CPU. GPU is 8 lakh, and if you look at the storage test, you can see it is also really good at 2 lakh. And so everything looks cool. And actually I also done this what do you call the CPU test, and I will show you the scores, and actually the scores will really surprise you. The thing is, you can see the level of throttling happens on, and you can see the throttling graph over here, then you can see the minimum is just 1 lakh jips over here, and you can see CPU to 50% of maximum performance. In terms of that, the Galaxy S24 Ultra does a really great job. The maximum was around 43 or 42 in terms of this type of benchmark test. Anyways, the cooling, obviously that's a segment that can't be compared, but actually maybe after a few updates this would get even great. And actually the maximum chips was really good. You can see it's 3,50,000, 56,000, which is really good, but it should be an what we call the throttling should not happen like this, and almost 50, 80 or 75 would be okay, but this is not acceptable for a phone which cost at 70k. Now regarding the cameras, both do have a different kind of setup. Actually, if you compare the OnePlus 12 as well as this Xiaomi 14, then they do have almost similar, but still there is a difference. This is like a versus that is Hasselblad and all, but this have a completely different setup. Actually, 50MP main camera, 50MP telephoto, and 50MP ultra for this guy, and you can go from 3.2x optical on the telephoto versus to 60x. And over here we are getting a 200MP main camera, then a 10MP telephoto, 50MP periscope telephoto which can go 5x and all the up to 100x, and a 12MP ultra wide. Let me quickly show you the camera UI of these two of them at a glance, and let's quickly take some samples also. So starting off, we have a lot of options. Starting off from a pro mode with a lot of customers. I have done a detailed tips, tricks, and videos and settings of video also Xiaomi 14. You can do check it out. I will leave the link in the comment box, and you can see a lot of customization. Along with that, you can have some custom photography style presets. You can see soft blue, high contrast, a lot of predefined perfect kind of settings are available over there, and you can adjust the tone, tonality, textures and all. And then you can over here you can see you can have flash, aspect ratio, style list of two types, like authentic and like vibrant. And then apart from that, auto exposure things, JPG, 50MP mode or normal mode, timer burst, voice shutter, focus peaking, exposure, histogram, and a lot. And we have a dedicated movie mode over here, and over here we can adjust the background blur and all, regular and wide is available, and you can see you can adjust the apertures also over there. And then you can have the exposure mode over there, and along with that we have some filters even in the movie mode. Okay, and now in the video you can record a maximum to 8K 24 fps, but if you turn on the HDR, then the maximum is 4K at 30 fps, and normally you can record without HDR at 4K at 60 fps also. And you can see in video you can maximum zoom to 15x, and in photo you can see 0.6x, 1x, 2x, 3.2x, and maximum you can go up to 60x. I will show you the examples really quick. And you can have the normal telephoto and the 2x option which is available, that's over there, and I will show you that also. And we have some premium modes like the Samsung does. You can see Samsung have some modes over there, like you can, if you just have, you can blur mode, studio mode, high key mode, or like that. It have documentary, really portrait mode, so which is really good. Actually the portrait photo seems to be really good on the Xiaomi 14. Apart from, we have the documents mode, more we have the night mode, 50 mm panoramic, short video, slow motion, time lapse, a watermark, long exposure, super mode, and the director's mode over there. And if you look at the Samsungs, we can have the portrait photo, and for it we have few modes like from 200MB all the way 50MB and 12MB. And in video you can see almost the same thing. You can do up to 8K at 30 fps and all. And we have the portrait video 4K at 30 fps, and you can shoot in 1x and 2x, and we have the hyperlapse. And in mode we have tons of options like the export raw option, which have a lot of modes. You can see ultra wide angle telephoto, aperture adjustment, and you can see multiple time exposure photos, histogram, astrophotography, and a lot options over there. And apart from that, we have the pro video mode. In video also we can do this pro type of adjustments and all. And apart from that, we have the night mode, food mode, panorama, slow motion, dual record, that means front and back at the same time, and then a single take mode. Anyways, let's quickly check the camera samples. So anyways, you guys are judged in terms of this camera comparison, and this shot you can see the Xiaomi 14 does a really great job, but in terms of the color saturation and that color vibrancy, I would say Samsung does a bit better job. But in terms of this quality, the Xiaomi does, because of the 50p versus a 12MB. This is a 0.6x shot which is taken on both of them, and this is a 1x. And if you look at the details over here, okay, that's the Xiaomi 14 versus the Galaxy S24 Ultra. Let's check over here. Whoa, you can see the Xiaomi 14 does the job perfect. You can see the detail, crisp amount of detail versus you can see almost the areas are a bit darker over here, and that's a clear win for the Xiaomi 14. Wow. Yeah, next is another shot which is taken on the Xiaomi 14, and that went really good on both of them. You can see both looks bit detailed, and if you look at the detailing, I would say Xiaomi 14 does a bit better. You can see the i20 logo, the colors seems to be a bit saturated or looks a bit vibrant on the Xiaomi 14 versus Samsung does a bit natural. It's a matter of performance. Anyways, it's up to you. I give up to you. And next is some few portraits, and yeah, this shot seems same. You can see, wow, I think Samsung does a minor edge over here, but still I would give a tie. You can see both are really stunning. You can see the colors in terms of the color saturation. I would say Samsung does a bit better job in this portrait shot. Anyways, it's a really tight combination. And next, without a macro mode, Samsung does a stunning job. And anyways, with macro, Xiaomi also does great, but actually I prefer the S24 Ultra shot over the Xiaomi 14 even with the macro mode. Next is a steady video pro on the Xiaomi 14, and actually this was late. Steady video pro 120p at 30 fps. You can see the speed I'm running, but still the footage is perfectly stable. Wow. And Samsung always does the job great with the steady video mode. You can see it's perfect. No need for a second thought of comparison. This is what 120p at 60 versus this is 120p at 30. Perfect, no need. So this is perfect. Next is front camera stabilization. Xiaomi 14 front camera video, a 4K at 60 fps, and I'm gonna walk. And I'm was watched right now. See, that's perfect. I like it on the Xiaomi. The video and the photo are impressive. S24 Ultra as always. No need for a second thought. The best, no doubt. But still, I'm impressed with the Xiaomi performance. And the next are some photos. And you can see, oops, that Samsung does it a bit better. You can see these areas. If I just zoom on this area, you can see the Samsung does the job a bit better. And in terms of the colors, everything Samsung does. But still, the Xiaomi at a glance looks really crisp and detailed. Wow. But Samsung, spin for the Samsung with just a 12 MP camera. And next is a portrait shot, and over here also. Actually, this, wow, this seems really soft and the HD quality. You can see the crispness. In this scenario, I would prefer, in this portrait front camera, I would prefer the Xiaomi. You can see the, wow. You can see the Xiaomi pic. I just love it, the way it presented with the minor softness, but the details are still preserved over here. And you can see the S24 Ultra. Obviously, it's done a really great job, but actually I prefer this detailing along with the skin tones and a minor adjustment done to my face and all. Anyways, I just love it on the Xiaomi. So in the portrait, I give a win for the Xiaomi, and in the normal front, I would give a win for the Galaxy S24 Ultra. It's a matter of personal preference. Anyways, you guys have to judge. Next are some other normal shots. You can see in this shot, actually the exact color is produced by Samsung and a bit saturated is on the Xiaomi. And next is the greens. Yeah, this is okay. This is a bit different scenario. You can see the Xiaomi does it on the perfect, but actually Samsung does it a bit saturated. This is the exact color. So this is being reversed on, and this is a 60x shot versus 100x, and you can see clearly S24 Ultra is a clear winner. No doubt for that. And this is a 50mm mode versus 200mm mode. Let's see how much close this can get. So we can get up to this much close over here, and let's see on the S24 Ultra. Oops. Okay. Actually, this is a bit limited over there. This can go up to, I couldn't see further. So that obviously because of 200mm versus 50mm. So anyways, that's another win. And in this shot, you can see again the saturated is on the Xiaomi 14. Naturally is produced by the Samsung. Okay, so that's a bit only a minor difference only. So excellent job from Xiaomi. And wow, actually Xiaomi have two options. One is Xiaomi have the vibrant option, Leica vibrant option, and Leica authentic. And if you put in Leica authentic, then you are gonna get the pics exactly like Samsung does. But if you put in the saturated mode, that means Leica vibrant, then you are getting a bit. This is taken on the vibrant, and you can see the colors difference, and you can see the eye pleasant and stunning colors on the Xiaomi 14. Wow, I just love it. And few more photos, and you can see, and that's also a bit sharp on the Xiaomi 14. Anyways, I do love the Xiaomi 14's camera. Next is the fingerprint scanner and face recognition. You can see it's rapid fast, and you can see the face recognition. Oops. Okay, so no doubt stunning. And obviously the Galaxy S24 Ultra with the ultrasound. This is the optical fingerprint scanner versus ultrasound. That means a 3D, more security. So that's perfect. And now the face recognition. Okay, perfect. Okay, so both are done a great job in the fingerprint scanner and face recognition. 4610 mAh of battery, on the Xiaomi 14 versus 5000 mAh of battery. But the thing is, it does not provide any adapter in the box, but actually do provide a 120 watt adapter. But actually the phone supports 90 watt wired charging and 50 watt wireless charging, versus this supports 45 watt wired and 15 watt wireless. And also it have 10 watt reverse wireless charging versus 4.5 watt reverse wireless charging. Xiaomi HyperOS on the Xiaomi 14 versus the One UI on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And in terms of the bloatware, actually it does not have any bloatware, but actually when the phone is get extremely warm, actually from 120 to automatic switch to 60 because of the limitations and all. Anyways, apart from that, the UI looks really smooth and fluid, no sort of issues whatsoever, and it was running really good. And obviously the One UI the best in terms of my personal preference regarding the customization, the one-handed usage, everything. It feels really cool. Like I would show you an example. If I need to turn on the Bluetooth, you can't access, but in terms of the Samsung, if you just tap the settings, you can see this is the viewing area and interaction area. And if you just tap the connections and if you tap the Bluetooth over here, see, nothing happens. But if you just give a swipe, you can see just access with one hand. So a lot of one-handed usage along with the customizations are on next level with the Samsung. But still the Xiaomi is getting improved with the Xiaomi HyperOS. Anyways, that's really good. Now let's talk about the build and design, starting off from the weight, 193 grams on the Xiaomi 14 versus 233 grams on the Galaxy S24 Ultra. And if you ask me about the frame over here, you can see obviously the latest titanium frame grade 2 on the Galaxy S24 Ultra versus aluminum frame on the Xiaomi 14. And if you ask me the Corning Gorillaz Victus protection on the Xiaomi 14 versus Victus 2 protection on the Galaxy S24 Ultra, and both comes with IP68 dust and water resistance also. And it comes with the S Pen also, which is useful for most of people. Code is loud. You can see just insert, that's it, the note would be saved. See, that's it. So if you ask me how was the Xiaomi 14's first impression, I would definitely say that the Xiaomi 14 is really good, except the matter which concerns me is its heating issues. Actually currently in terms of Arduino benchmark, the CPU, the temperature has reached 51, and the same with the CPU test almost reached 50-51, and the phone was extremely well that I couldn't hold the phone in my hands. So that was the main issue which concerns me. Apart from that, the camera is stunning, and the next thing is the display was good. But if you compare with OnePlus 12, we can give a clear better idea than that. So stay tuned. And along with the stereo speakers seems decent, and it's need a quite decent comparison to give a precise idea of how well the Xiaomi 14 is. So guys, stay tuned. Anyways, that's it for today's comparison. So guys, that's it for today. Signing off. It's for Naya.